A little bit different than dress rehearsal. Hi everyone, my name is Laura Anderson, and I am beyond thrilled to be sharing in this incredibly special moment with all of you. First and foremost, congratulations. Each and every one of you, myself included, have likely overcome many obstacles in the pursuit of this degree. Personal obstacles, professional obstacles, financial obstacles, stress, anxiety, time management, self-doubt, frustration, and while all of our paths undoubtedly look different, all of those paths led us here today, together in this room, where we finally get to acknowledge that all of those obstacles we endured were 100% completely worth it. Now, if you'll allow me the honor, I would love to share a small piece of my story with you all. Ever since I was a little girl, anytime I would struggle in my life, my mom always had a two-word response. Those two words were, begin again. My friend didn't want to play with me. My mom's suggestion, begin again. I didn't make the soccer team alongside my very athletic twin sister, begin again. Despite my best efforts to pass algebra ultimately failing, begin again. And as I grew up and my obstacles became bigger and more serious than a boy, a friend, or a class, those two words were always in the back of my mind as I navigated many trials and tribulations in my life. One most notably was when I lost my mom in 2014. 1 second she was there, a part of my life, and the next second she was taken from me before I had an opportunity to say goodbye. A person can have many responses to something like this. For me, though, there was only one, and it was to begin again. And enrolling at WGU was one of my many begin agains. When I graduated with a bachelor's degree in PR in 2009, earning a master's degree was always part of the grand plan. But in that moment, I was eager to get out and get some working experience, but I vowed that I would pursue a master's degree after taking just 1 year off of school. Well, unsurprisingly, life got in the way. 1 year turned into 2, 2 into 5, and so on. I always had an excuse as to why I couldn't pursue it, and there was never a perfect time. And then I woke up one day in early 2023. Recently out of an unhealthy marriage, I found myself a single mom to 2 young boys. And in that moment, I had realized that over the years since I had graduated from college, I had lost pieces of myself. Slowly, but bit by bit over the years, I had lost sight of my goals and my dreams. And after a Google search and a quick phone call, I impulsively enrolled in WGU. As I anxiously awaited the call with my mentor, I found myself second-guessing my decision to go back to school in my late 30s. After bombarding my mentor with tons of questions, and him providing me with perfectly articulated answers, there was one that stood out to me in specific. I asked him what would happen if I failed, or if I had to take a break from the program. His response was simple and comforting, a response I had heard many times throughout my life, and one that had very special meaning to me. He simply said, well, Laura, you can just start over. You can simply begin again when you are ready. And that's when I knew I was exactly where I needed to be. You see, my mom's advice instilled a belief in me that we can always begin again. That problems, circumstances, roadblocks, or the end of a chapter don't have to mean something negative, but instead those things can be a catalyst of a beautiful new beginning. And this beautiful beginning for me has been truly memorable. It allowed me to fulfill a dream I've always had of getting my master's degree. It allowed me to be the kind of mom that my mom was, one who shows her children that there is no expiration date on achieving goals. It allowed me to excel professionally, first being promoted to Director of Operations and then to Chief Operations Officer. It's been a wild, fulfilling ride, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I have the deepest level of respect for every single one of you sitting in this room today. Don't just celebrate this moment. Don't just go through the motions in this moment, but instead savor this moment. When you leave here today, take what you've learned here at WGU and continue to thrive in your lives. Continue to add value wherever life takes you. And if you happen to find yourself stuck, I implore you to do one thing: begin again. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.